Welcome back, WrestleRanters. This is WrestleRant edition number 14, and I'm your host, Bleacher Report featured Columnist, now level 2. Graham GSM Matthews here today to review WWE Monday Night Raw Super Show, October 3rd, 2011, and also the results of this past Sunday's hellacious, no pun intended, Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. I do apologize, I was not able to keep on my promise to post a prediction video for Hell in a Cell this past weekend. I was able to go to a Northeast Wrestling indie promotion show this past Friday night. An amazing time for those of you who saw my videos that I tweeted during the event. I was able to meet Tough Enough runner-up Luke Robinson, who is now my new Twitter profile picture if you want to check that out. I was able also to meet Finley and the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. Fun time all around. But I am back here today for the first time in nearly 3 weeks to film WrestleRant, the highly anticipated return. And without further ado, let's get down to business. I'm not really able to go through match of the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. I started watching during the World Heavyweight Championship match, but I was able to watch the remainder of the pay-per-view. But I can't go match through match because we do not have enough time if I'm going to be able to go through the entire portion of Raw last night. But overall, Hell in a Cell was a better than expected pay-per-view, a decent pay-per-view, right down the middle, I'd say. I don't think the buy rate is going to do pretty well, seeing that Night of Champions was only 2 weeks ago, and the hype for this was kind of at the last minute, so to speak. There was a hellacious ending to the WWE Championship match. I was pretty frustrated that the WWE Championship changed hands again. I mean, as much as I don't like John Cena, and as much as I do like Alberto Del Rio, the WWE Championship has lost tremendous prestige since July, since it's changed nearly 7 times. So I was not happy with that, but I was happy with Mark Henry retaining in a solid Hell in a Cell match between him and Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship. We also had some good matches from Air Boom, Dolph Ziggler, and Jack Swagger. A preliminary bout between Christian and Sheamus to start off the program on this past Sunday. We also had the new Divas champion, Beth Phoenix. I was also ecstatic about that. A little, too late, because the crowd was a little dead for the change. The crowd was dead all around, but I think it's better than expected show. 3 weeks until Vengeance. So hopefully we get something kicking up in the upcoming editions of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. So speaking of Raw, we had to kick off the show. It was kind of a refreshing change to see Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre in an opening bout on Monday Night Raw. I cannot say when the last time we saw Drew McIntyre in a match on Raw was. He's only been on Raw about 4 times, besides last week's Intercontinental Championship Battle Royal. Drew McIntyre did pretty well for himself right here. I'd say this is the dream match for this viewer. I've been wanting to see this for a very long time, given their psychotic gimmicks in WWE. Drew McIntyre was obviously going to be squashed, but he did show some offense before being pummeled by Randy Orton. Randy Orton picking him back up some momentum after losing his World Heavyweight Championship a number of weeks ago in Night of Champions. Mark Henry beating him down after the match. A little brawl, as you know, it was fun. John Laurinaitis didn't really need to get involved. Then after that, we had the World Heavyweight Champion in action, Mark Henry against John Morrison. Now, John Morrison, since Night of Champions, remember he was pinned in the United States Championship Fatal 4-Way, the next night being pummeled by Alberto Del Rio in a matter of a minute. And at Hell in a Cell this past Sunday, losing to Intercontinental Champion Cody Rhodes, who was wearing a suit and who wasn't even ready for the match. So, John Morrison is down spiraling as simple as I can put it. I thought he was on his way to SmackDown with the IC title match this past Sunday. Appears not. But he did look strong in defeat against Mark Henry. He was able to hit the Starship Pain. It made Mark Henry look like a beast kick out of the Starship Pain of John Morrison. John Morrison will continue to be buried, but you never know. The past few years, he's been, his push has been on and off on Monday Night Raw, so hopefully come the 2012 WWE Draft, you see him go over to SmackDown and enter the World Heavyweight Championship picture. But after that, or before that, I'm not really sure. Mark Henry had a very, very, very strong promo, as always, with his monster heel gimmick. Able to get himself over once again. He got the boos going, from the New Orleans crowd. tremendous promo. I am loving Mark Henry's work as of late. I was kind of surprised to see Big Show's return hyped beforehand, before we actually, the crowd, reacts to people returning and such. So I thought it was pretty surprising that they were going to be hyping his return for SmackDown, seeing that he's not even on that show. But it will probably, more than likely, hopefully bring in a rating for the Friday night show this coming Friday. I am kind of intrigued to see what Big Show has in store for the World Heavyweight Champion Mark Henry. After that, we had the cowardly heels of the WWE, including Alberto Del Rio, Cody Rhodes, Dolph Ziggler, Jack Swagger, David Otunga, and who was the final member of that team? Not really sure. 1 second here. Christian, obviously. How can I forget Christian? So they came down to the ring with Vicky Guerrero, of course, and aired their grievances to WWE COO Triple H. This segment didn't really do much for me. Triple H kind of, so to speak, buried the heel, saying that they were complaining that WWE isn't as good as it was. I mean, that's painfully obvious, given the Attitude Era, the death of the Attitude Era about 10 years ago. But Triple H doesn't really need to point that out. I mean, come on, you're just burying your own product right there. That's just going to give you the down spiral. Fans can be like, oh, okay, it's not as good as it once was. There's no reason to tune in. So if you see what I mean, that segment didn't really serve much for me, except for the hype that it served for the main event match, the main event tag team match. So that served well. After that, we had the Divas tag team match between Beth Phoenix, new Divas champion Beth Phoenix, and her Divas of Doom tag team partner, Natalya, taking on Kelly Kelly and Eve. It went to a disqualification because Kelly Kelly went berserk after the match on Beth Phoenix, screaming that she wants her championship back. I think that was pretty stupid to me, because Kelly Kelly is one of those nice girls, with the smiley and the good looks and whatever. That's why she gets the good reaction that she does. Probably the hottest reaction of all the divas on the current roster. So turning her, badass, so to speak, doesn't really do much. Giving her the Mark Henry treatment will not work in her case. I mean, Beth Phoenix is supposed to be the dominant one here. My hopes in her and Beth Phoenix regaining the championship this past Sunday was for her to resurrect the Divas division with her dominance along with Natalya, but that's not going to happen if Kelly Kelly's beating the hell out of her within seconds and being disqualified and screaming and bitching and all that kind of stuff. So Kelly Kelly, hopefully she doesn't regain the championship anytime soon, but this was kind of a poor segment for me to see Kelly Kelly get the upper hand on the Glamazon. After that, we had a comedy match between Santino Marella and Jinder Mahal. I feel bad for Jinder Mahal, I really do, because he has a lot of potential. I've always seen him as the next Muhammad Hassan, the second coming of Muhammad Hassan. He had zero reaction when he came out, especially during his promo. He had those stupid what chants that were certainly outdated. But the returning Santino Marella, that's what served its purpose here, to get him back on television. I'm kind of intrigued to see what happens with Zack Ryder, seeing that Santino's back on television. They're kind of counterparts of their common gimmicks. Hopefully Zack Ryder's push doesn't die down, pinning the United States champion 2 weeks in a row. But this match didn't really serve anything for me, kind of pointless. Morella's back on television, whoop-de-doo. So after that, I believe we had the 10-man tag team main event. Let's see here, look at the Raw result page. Yes, we did. We had the main event with John Cena tag teaming with Bo Colhart, CM Punk, Mason Ryan, the newly turned babyface Mason Ryan, and Air Boom in a along with Sheamus, in a 6-man tag team main event against the likes of the conspiracy victims. So to say, Christian WWE Champion Alberto Del Rio, Intercontinental Champion Cody Rhodes, United States Champion Dolph Ziggler, Tag Team Partner and Rival Jack Swagger, and the useless David Otunga and Vicky Guerrero in their corner. This match went way longer than I thought it was, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying that's a really, really good thing. These guys got awesome action all around. They went nearly a half an hour, I think, looking at the results page, I'm pretty sure they went nearly a half an hour. They had 3 commercial breaks, if you include the first one that happened before the match began. They had 3 commercial breaks. That's pretty impressive. Everyone got their cuts in, especially Mason Ryan, who is really impressing me. the last couple of maneuvers with everyone hitting their finisher was pretty fun, and the crowd got into it, so the baby faces go over. Awesome match. Certainly the match of the night for me. And then to close the show, we had the vote of confidence for Triple H with the superstars and divas and referees and employees of WWE surrounding the ring, while WWE COO Triple H took the complaints while standing in the ring. So we had Jerry Lawler, we had Jim Ross, we had Michael Cole all walk out. All the divas, all the baby faces, all the heels, all the referees, everyone walked out on Triple H. I'm not really sure where they go from here, although I am intrigued a little bit to see what they do with Triple H, to see if he loses his job because of this, especially John Laurinaitis. Maybe he can take over for the time being, or maybe we see Vince McMahon return to television in the near future. But they're obviously not going to say anything on SmackDown, seeing as that's the B show. So we're going to have to wait until next week. Kind of intrigued to see what happens next with these guys. And hopefully they come up with a really good solution for this storyline, as well as getting Awesome Truth and Kevin Nash back on television. I really do want to see CM Punk versus Kevin Nash. Something that they weren't able to do when Kevin Nash had medical issues and movie screenings and stuff like that. And by the way, Kevin Nash was supposed to be at the Northeast Wrestling show that I went to this past Friday, but chickened out because he had a movie shooting to go to that Friday. So I was pretty pissed off about that, but I was able to meet details. So overall, nonetheless, I'm gonna say decent episode of Monday Night Raw overall. I had very few matches, but decent action given the main event match. High drama all night long, and looking forward to next week, certainly. So I'll be back probably in a few days with either a TNA review, hopefully, and or a SmackDown review this Saturday. Quite possibly we have Bound for Glory coming up in a couple weeks as well. We have Vengeance. So October looks to be an awesome month for wrestling. And also, don't forget to check out my Bleacher Report page. I just posted, well, this is the article. This is my John Cena, Alberto Del Rio, CM Punk article that I posted a couple days ago on Bleacher Report. Thank you guys. I recently just hit 500,000 reads on all my articles and became a Bleacher Report level 2 in the process. So thank you guys for everyone who takes their time to read my articles. I highly appreciate it. So with that being said, also I just posted about an hour ago a new article on the departing Great Khali. For all the news on that, check out my Bleacher Report page in the links below, along with WWE/TNA rumors, recaps, reviews, and more. I will be posting a Raw review in written words on my nextairwrestling.weebly.com website within the hour. And also, thanks for watching. I highly appreciate any of you guys' feedback on Twitter. Just make sure to follow me on Twitter. I'd love to see your tweets at save_us_GSM at twitter.com, and also to subscribe, like, leave a comment, add me as a friend, do whatever. I highly appreciate your feedback, as I said before. So thanks for tuning in. This is GSM, Bleacher Report featured columnist. We'll be back in the next few days with another review for Impact and or SmackDown. Signing out.